Now live to a picture in Ocean Beach at Sunset Cliffs. If we can take this live footage, what you're seeing is the rescue of a man that had been stuck underneath the concrete at Sunset Cliffs near the coast for days. This is a live look. They just pulled him up on a stretcher on a gurney. You see him laying on the ground there in the middle of the screen. The emergency crews working on him, covering him with that blanket. They have been at this for hours. We've been following this all morning and even a little bit since last night when we first heard word about this. 10 News reporter Natay Holmes is there live right now. Natay, there's got to be a sense of relief, excitement, a lot of things going on behind you. Take us through what you're seeing.
Yeah, Jared, good morning. So yes, we have been out here for hours as well. As you can see, firefighters are here. They have just hoisted the man from out of that hole. They brought him a pretty far distance from the cliffs over here to a safe distance where they are working on him now. Paramedics are looking at him, and then they will put him in the gurney and of course take him into to the hospital. We're unsure at this point as his condition as of right now, but it looks that he is going to be okay. Now, there were so many factors that came into play with this rescue. This is why it took so long. This includes the weather, how the man was stuck in the hole, and the specific techniques that they used to get him out. Now, crews rushed to this area at 4 p.m. yesterday. So they have been at this for so long. Of course, they had to endure the wet weather, the conditions, the high tide that rolled in this morning, but thankfully they were able to get the man out. Again, paramedics are working on him right now. It looks like he is okay. It looks like he is still talking to them. He looks like he is still alert at this moment. So the still very much active scene, but definitely a very, very good news seeing that he is finally out of this hole after being out here for many, many hours. He actually told the crews out here that he had been stuck for 3 days. So throughout this entire process that they've been out here, they've been giving him food and water. They even put a heater down in the hole just to pump some warm air in there. So as you can see, paramedics have him. He is out of the hole, and then of course they're getting the gurney over there to them, and of course they will be taking him to a local hospital. Again, as far as his condition right now, it's still unknown at this time, but it looks like he is alert and talking to paramedics right now, Jared.
Remarkable. Natay, you've been out there all morning, and we're seeing now this live footage as they're lifting him onto a gurney. Did they give you any word, Natay, on how he got into that hole? What happened that led to all of this?
Yeah, so actually San Diego Fire says that the man, I guess he was walking near this area and he slipped and fell under concrete sections of the hillside, and that's where he got stuck. He fell about 10 to 15 feet into the hole. Crews had to try to dig from the top in order to reach him. That's where they were able to kind of give him that aid, those resources, that water, that food. And then, of course, they were able to, before the high tide rolled in, they were able to, and we have actually neighbors out here cheering him on, but before that high tide rolled in, they were able to dig underneath in order to free his legs a little bit, so they were able to free him up, to pull him up out of that hole. But as you can see, very, very successful story this morning as crews work to rescue this man.
Hey, great work out there. And for those of you watching at home, we went away from that live picture to the video out of sensitivity for the man who was being put into a hospital. We want to make sure that we don't put anything on air that does not need to be on air. But great news that they have rescued him. Looks like he is hopefully going to be okay on his way to the hospital now.